We're joined today by softball head coach Jamie Smyth, following a sweep over conference rival Simmons College here today. Monks won the first game 3-2 in exciting fashion. Coach, just kind of talk about how that win came about there in the last inning.
Simmons, great team, one of the strongest teams in our conference. They have a lot of great players, and I respect them a lot. And of course, they battle like they always do, and got a big home run from their third baseman to tie it in the seventh. And in the bottom, I think we had 2 outs and nobody on, and Shuey got a base hit and alertly took second base on them to get in scoring position. And then Connie looked like she got jammed a little bit, but got the ball in play and hit kind of a squibber over the mound, and the ball landed, spun, and we kept wheeling Shu, and she scored on a great effort on the base pass. And then I told Shu after the game that it was really, it was all her in that last inning, getting the second to begin with, and then hustling the score on the final play.
Talk about Kayla Vanna, a senior, her effort in the first game. She kind of cruised, through the first 5 or 6 innings, and then I don't know if she hit a wall a little bit or if their hitter just kind of got a hold of one. It was no doubt about her, but let's kind of talk about Vanna's outing.
She's been tremendous for us all year. She's also been used more than she has in her career, and she's definitely probably running on fumes, but she's our senior, she's our leader on the mound, and we want her out there in those situations. And that's sometimes if you don't have your best stuff, you can still win in different ways, and got it out, and that's what she did. She held a great lineup down to only 2 runs, and fortunately for us, it was enough to win the ball game.
Now, after a thrilling victory like that, a walk-off win here at home, it was nice to see you guys come through with a sweep, which it seems like this year been more often, maybe not more often than not, but a lot of splits in conference play, like yesterday at Norwich against a tough Cadets team. Today, going into Game 2 with Ray Marie Copen on the hill or in the circle, pretty confident with Copen going in Game 2, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually before the game in our pregame meeting, I spoke about, we have 5 conference losses this year, and ironically all 5 losses have come in the first games of doubleheaders. And so I spoke to that and the fact that, we've got to figure out how to win the first game of doubleheaders. And, I think the first win really gave us some confidence going into the second ball game. And, Ray's been such a great performer for us for her whole career, and has pitched in big games. And, she did a great job. She kept them off balance, kept them off stride, and relies on her movement a lot. And like I said, Simmons is a great hitting club. I have a lot of respect for him, and she was able to keep them to all zeros on the scoreboard, which is a tough task, definitely.
And Heather Tripp leading 1-0 late in the game. Was it bottom of the 6th, I believe? The Heather Tripp led off and hit a home run deep left center. That's just a big play by a veteran player for you guys. What was the tone after she hit that home run?
Yeah, anytime you're in a 1-0 game, if you can tack on a couple, even 1 or 2 runs on top of that, it really gives you a little bit more margin for error. And Tripp, I think the whole club had trouble getting the ball out of the ballpark for a while, but it seems like we've hit some home runs as the season's worn on. And Tripp's, I think, has 2 or 3 in the last couple games, handful of games, and she's seeing the ball well and having good at bats. And I think she got a good pitch to hit and put a good swing on it, and the results were good. And we expect that from our seniors. That's what you need. You need them to step up in situations like that, and she did, definitely.
The nightcap game was a very fast, very very well played game all around. Took just under an hour to complete. Saw a lot of leather being flashed out there today by both teams, particularly in the second game, where just some line drives just didn't seem to fall for either team. Let's kind of talk about your team's defensive effort today. Kim Jordan made some nice plays, a liner that she jumped to make a nice catch on, some diving catches, a couple by Schufelt. Grovo had a good game, a double play in the first game. Defense seemed to be a strength today.
Yeah, we try to stress the fact that, I know a couple of our players struggled at the plate, but you can do just as much with your glove to help a team win, and we talk about that. And and the fact that you need to leave your at-bats, on the bench, and bring your glove out in the field and try to help the team win that way. And certainly, I mean, Lindsay made a couple of great plays. She made a great backhanded play late in the second game to force a runner at second. Of course, they had that great double play. Kim's played really well at third all year long, so it's not a surprise to see her make great plays. And we had some great catches in the outfield and cut down some balls that might have been hits as well. And Simmons played great. I mean, they made some great plays also in the outfield. A couple diving catches and saved some hits on their end of things. So, yeah, I mean, when you get into this time of year and everybody's fighting for their playoff spots and playoff lives, you're gonna play great defense, and you have to win. You can't just rely on one phase of the game. You got to have some timely hitting. You got to play some good defense and get good pitching, and we did all three today, and we were fortunate enough to come away with a couple wins.
A couple huge victories as far as the conference standings are concerned, and probably too many moving parts remaining with so many teams still playing today and tomorrow. But talk about how things are shaping up here for the Monks. Doubleheader tomorrow against Suffolk, of course, here at home. But how's the tournament standings shaping up for this team?
It's really tough to follow. I mean, I don't spend a whole lot of time on it. This conference has really leveled off a lot this year. There's a lot of parity there. There's teams 1 through 12 in the conference, or 13. I'm not sure how many we've got now, but anybody's capable of beating anybody. And I mean, there's a lot of teams bunched up in there in groupings, and there's still some teams with games left. So, we're just trying to concentrate on our next ball game and control what we can control, and we can't control what other teams are doing, who's beating who and who's not beating who. We just got to really worry about ourselves and try to focus on the first game tomorrow against Suffolk.
Now today, of course, was Senior Day, honoring your team's seniors, Kieran Schrum, Danielle Levitt, Kayla Vanna, Heather Tripp, Danielle Schufelt. Quite a group, 4-year players. Contributions across the board, some off the field, some on. What does a day like this mean for you as a head coach? You brought these girls in as recruits, and now here they are. They're playing their last home games. It can be kind of an emotional day. We saw some tears down there in the pre-games, not from you, but from some of the girls and their parents kind of talk about that ceremony.
Yeah, I mean, typically we don't play well on Senior Day, and we spoke about that earlier as well, and it is an emotional day certainly for everybody, but these guys are special. They're leaders. They're winners, and we talked about what they've meant to this program, and they all have contributed in one way or the other. And that's part of having a successful program, is you have players that 1 through 4 of their years here, they're all about the team, they're all about winning, and certainly that's what we've got in these 5 young ladies that are seniors this year.
All right, Coach, one last question, kind of unrelated to today, but are the Red Sox for real?
Well, I think that you're starting to see a team that's playing loose. They obviously are building some good chemistry, and they're definitely for real. I mean, we're only a handful of games in, but you can obviously see a team that's a much different team than what they rolled out on the field last year. And it may not necessarily be in their abilities, but their whole mindset is different, and it's going to do a bunch of victories, which we love to see here in Maine.
All right, nice. Well, I'm gonna break away here and send this footage over to Ness, and I'm sure they're waiting to hear your input. But thanks for that.
Me too. I'm sure they're waiting pins and needles for that one.
But good wins today, Coach. Congrats on that. Good luck tomorrow and in the tournament.
Thank you.